What's up, guys? It's Wagerbomb here, bringing you guys a Borderlands 2 skill tree build for the Assassin class. So I was messing around on Borderlands2.com today, just seeing if there's like any updates or anything like that, and I noticed that they have a skill tree builder now. So I decided to go in, see what I can find out, see what I can mock up for my first build that I would want to build playing Borderlands 2. So, obviously, you're going to start off and you're going to grab his deception skill. So, it's an action skill, obviously. He creates a holographic decoy and vanishes for a few seconds. The longer you are invisible, the more damage your next attack deals, but ending invisibility sooner causes your next deception cooldown to refresh faster. And so, you can have up to 650% melee damage, up to 200% gun damage, and up to 250% gun critical hit damage. It's pretty nice. But personally, I'm going with the melee build, so I'm looking at that 650% melee damage, which is going to do massive amounts of damage for melee. So you're obviously going to pick that one. And then looking through these already, the sniping class, the cunning class, and the bloodshed class, the best one I've found for melee is bloodshed, with a few in cunning. I didn't see any in the sniping class or anything like that, so I'm going to go through and show you guys the way I'm going to build my character for Borderlands 2. So, looking through, you have the killing blow, massively increased melee damage against enemies with low health. Not really something I would choose. I would rather go with something that's going to do massive amounts of damage no matter what their health is at. So that's why I noticed Iron Hand. Increase your melee damage and your maximum health, which is awesome because if you're doing melee, you're going to need lots of health. Alright, so I went and chose that. I did all 5 in that one. And what that brings it up to, you got melee damage of plus 15% and a maximum health of plus 15%, which is good. Depending on what your health is, your shield and all that stuff, that gives your health an extra boost. And then you have Grim for your next one, or Be Like Water. So let's go through Grim first. Yeah, it's a kill skill. Killing an enemy causes your shields to quickly regenerate and increases your action skill cooldown rate for a few seconds. Personally, I really do like the action skill for the cooldown rate because you're going to want to be using this over and over again, especially if you're doing a melee build. But it also increases your shields. And then you also have Be Like Water. Shooting an enemy improves the melee damage of your next melee attack, and vice versa. Melee attacks improve your shooting damage of your next shot. Not really something I'm going to be looking into, only because I don't plan on shooting a guy to increase my melee damage, and vice versa. If I'm doing melee, I don't really plan on shooting him afterwards. So I went ahead and chose Grim. I did all 5 in that one. So what that gives me is regenerates 3.5% of your shield per second, which is awesome. Also, your deception cooldown rate is plus 7.5%. I'm not too sure what the actual cooldown rate is already, so I couldn't tell you how much faster it is or what the seconds would be. I'll try and look into that a little while, and I'll put like an annotation later on if I do find anything. Alrighty. Then you have follow through. So you have, it's a kill skill. Killing an enemy increases your movement speed, melee damage, and gun damage for a few seconds. Pretty awesome. Because again, we're looking for the melee damage. Then you have execute, melee override skill. While deception is active and your target is under your crosshairs, dash forward a short distance and perform a special melee attack dealing massive damage, which is awesome. So that one would be fun. Then you also have backstab. Your melee attacks deal bonus melee damage when hitting an enemy in the back. So for this one here, I would probably put 2 in here, 1 in here, and do... I'll put 2 in there. And then... Let's see. Do another one here. So that gives me 3, 1, and 2. That opens up this next one here. Then you have Resurgence. Killing an enemy with a melee attack restores health. The lower your health, the more health you receive. So that one's really nice to have. So let's go ahead and put 4 in there. And that gives you a 16% to your health. Well, it'll bring up 16% of your health, I should say. And then you have Like Wind. While moving, you gain increased melee damage and gun damage, which is awesome because obviously if you're in your deception skill, you're gonna want to have more melee damage while moving because you're gonna be moving around trying to get to the guy's back or just trying to get to that one guy that's just murking your entire team. So I'm gonna go ahead and put 5 in that skill. That way it gives me another plus 15 damage to my melee. And also remember I have a plus 24% to my melee here, and I have another plus 16% for my melee damage for backstab. So with a plus 24% melee damage here, it'll obviously probably carry over to your backstab as well. Now, Many Must Fall, probably the most devastating perk that's going to be on here. Killing an enemy with a melee attack while deception is active causes you to deploy another holographic decoy, re-stealth, and add time to deception's duration. This can be done multiple times in succession. So this is going to be the best one to have, because literally after you kill one guy with your melee attack in deception, you're going to bounce to another guy, kill him, bounce to another guy, kill him, bounce to another guy, kill him, and it stacks. That is the best thing about this one. You can keep going and going and going and going. So this will be really good for the solo builds or even the multiplayer builds. So obviously that's a must-have. Alrighty, and then I went up in here, like I said, I went to the cunning and I found a few that I kind of liked for the melee. And I have 19 points left to spare, so I kind of threw them in there. And then this is what I went first with, is the Counter-Strike. After getting hit, your next melee attack has a chance to deal massive melee damage. So I kind of like this one. I put it up to 100%. Actually, I'm going to put this, yeah, I'm going to throw all 5 in there. So now you have Counter-Strike damage plus 250%. So every time you hit that guy, your melee damage is going to do another plus 250% if you got hit first. So on top of everything that you have already in here for your melee damage boosters, it's a bitch. It's just going to kill shit. Alright, and then I went with Ambush. Increased damage when attacking from behind or when attacking an enemy who is targeting someone other than you. Nice. I went all 5 in that one. So it's an extra 20% on top of your backstab. So think about that. There you go. There's your thought. And then I still have 9 more points to go. So I went with Death Mark because dealing melee damage marks the target for a short duration. Marked targets take additional damage from all sources, which is cool. Alright, and then you have Unforeseen. Your holographic decoy explodes when you become visible again, causing shock damage to nearby enemies. So all 5 went into that one. And I believe these two are just gonna, that's kind of why I went with it, because every time you hit someone you come out and then your holographic decoy is going to explode on them, and then it's going to be the same process over and over and over again, so you're just going to keep stacking all that. Alrighty, and then we have Innervate. I can talk. While Deception is active, you gain increased gun damage, health regeneration, and movement speed. I kind of went with this one for the last 3, only because you're regenerating health while you're doing it. So it's not really good for the melee build, but you're going to get the best movement speed to where you're going to be able to get to the next guy quicker, and you're also gaining your health back. That's kind of why I put 3 in that one, because it gives me a plus 21% to my movement speed. So it's going to work in the end. Alright guys, that's pretty much what I chose. If you guys think you have a better build for a melee assassin, please post a video as a video response, leave it as a comment, do whatever you want. I will accept all video responses to this because it's going to help me out understand it, but this is what I chose. If you don't like it, leave a comment, let me know. If you like it, leave a comment, let me know. That's pretty much all I have for now. So if you guys like this video, please leave a like. It's going to help you guys out later on so that you know where to find it. Leave a comment, subscribe, do anything. I'm going to be doing other skill tree builds for other classes as well on what I think would be the best class build for all characters. I could be wrong, like I said. This is all assumption. The game hasn't launched yet. So just give me a heads up on what you guys think of this build for now. I will be doing other ones later on. That way they'll be up and you guys can get a gist of what kind of build to go with. Again, I will leave a link in the description bringing you guys here to the Borderlands 2 skill tree builds so that you guys can make your own builds. Alright, that's about it. I hope you guys have a great night, and make sure you please rate, comment, and subscribe.